Have you ever wondered what life looks like through the eyes of someone who has lived nearly a century? In this video, we dive deep into the profound reflections of a 95-year-old woman who opens her heart, sharing raw truths about love, betrayal, intimacy, and the strength required to rise above life's greatest challenges. From the fragility of relationships to the resilience of the human spirit, her words will move you, offering insights that resonate with all of us. Stay until the end, because the wisdom she shares may just change the way you see your own journey through love and life. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is crucial as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now, let's get started. With nearly a century of life's weight pressing upon her soul, a 95-year-old woman opens the floodgates of her heart, sharing a treasure trove of reflections on the profound, complicated, and often painful journey we all traverse. Her words, dripping with wisdom and steeped in the relentless passage of time, reveal insights that cut through the superficial layers of existence, exposing the raw, often messy truths about love, relationships, intimacy, and betrayal. This is not the sterile advice of an elder, but a passionate outpouring of experience, hard-earned, heartbreaking, and yet incredibly beautiful. She invites us into her world, a place where joy and pain have intertwined for decades, where love has bloomed and withered, and where life's deepest wounds have left their indelible marks on her heart. She doesn't just speak, she bleeds her truths, drawing us into the complex, intricate dance between men and women. Love, sex, and trust, she says, are fragile, precious things, easily broken, but also capable of immense transformation. Her voice quivers with the weight of countless stories, as she paints a vivid picture of the heartbreaks that have threatened to shatter her spirit, and the overwhelming joys that have lifted her beyond the clouds. In her words, you'll find the echo of your own struggles, your own missteps, and the pieces of your heart that have been shattered and mended over and over again. With each breath, she urges us to walk beside her, to feel the depth of her sorrow and the heights of her joy, to recognize that life, in all its complexity, is both a gift and a challenge. The wisdom she offers is not just about relationships, it's about survival, about finding the strength to rise again after every fall. Every misstep, every moment of regret, every act of forgiveness, these are the strokes that paint the masterpiece of life. And she reminds us that there is no perfection in this painting. Its beauty lies in the imperfections, the cracks that let the light of growth and resilience shine through. Prepare yourself for a soul-stirring, emotionally charged journey that delves into the forgotten corners of the heart, where old wounds still throb and unspoken truths beg to be acknowledged. In her words, the mysteries of human connection are unraveled, exposing the tender, fragile parts of us that long for love, understanding, and acceptance. This is not merely advice, it is a mirror held up to your deepest desires and fears. It forces you to confront your choices, your failures, and the way you've given and received love. The conversation she offers is not just a casual reflection. It is a life-altering dialogue that challenges you to dig deep within your soul and ask the difficult questions. Have I truly loved? Have I allowed myself to be loved? She speaks with reverence about the power and strength of women, reminding us that we are the pillars holding up this turbulent, chaotic world. The wisdom women carry is not one of quiet submission, but of fierce resilience, of turning pain into love and mistakes into valuable lessons. In the heartache and joy, in the betrayal and reconciliation, women are the anchors, steady, unyielding, and ever wise. Her voice, weathered but unbroken, is a testament to the transformative power of forgiveness and the unshakable strength required to continue loving after betrayal. Love, she reveals, is not about the blazing passion that consumes quickly and leaves only ashes in its wake. Real love is found in the quiet moments of shared peace, in the mutual respect that builds the foundation of a relationship, brick by brick. It is about finding contentment in the everyday, in the mosaic of life, a patchwork of triumph and failure, light and dark, joy and sorrow. Each moment, whether dazzling or devastating, adds to the intricate beauty of life's tapestry. And in the twilight years, she says, there comes a gift, a profound sense of freedom that allows you to shed the need to apologize for who you are. As age softens the sharp edges of life, it brings clarity, allowing one to focus on what truly matters: inner peace, kindness, and the appreciation of every fleeting moment. Her reflections on love and intimacy are a powerful reminder that respect must always trump desire, and that true connection flourishes in the fertile ground of trust and commitment. She speaks softly but with unwavering conviction when she reminds us that betrayal is inevitable, but it is our response to it that defines us. The courage to forgive, and more importantly, the strength to learn from those scars, is what will guide us toward future happiness. Her final lesson is one of release, of letting go of the past's chains, and of embracing the possibility of love, joy, and peace in the present moment. Because in the end, life's true beauty lies not in perfection, but in the resilience of the human spirit to endure, to love again, and to rise from the ashes of its own brokenness. Relationships, she reminds us, are like gardens, fragile, yet full of potential. They need constant tending, nurturing, and an endless supply of patience. Sometimes, you'll need to uproot what's no longer thriving and plant new seeds for each season of life. It's never too late to start over, she insists, no matter how many years have passed. Reinvent the way you love and allow yourself to be loved. Don't cling to the fear that it's too late. There is always time for growth, for change, and for healing. As old age becomes the final chapter in a life well lived, she urges us not to dread its closing lines, but to read them with joy. Savor each word, each moment, because love, true love, endures far beyond the trials of betrayal, beyond the constraints of time, and beyond the inevitability of change. And if someone dares to tell you that you can't do something, she says with a knowing smile, do it twice, and make sure to capture the moment. If you are still watching this video, and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Men, she explains, often think that understanding a woman is like trying to decipher an unsolvable puzzle, when the truth is far simpler. Listen more, assume less. Too many men try to solve their way through a relationship instead of experiencing it, when all a woman truly wants is to be heard, to feel seen. In a long relationship, the line between love and hate can become so thin that sometimes you cross it without even realizing it. And for those who believe that old age drains all passion, she scoffs. They clearly haven't seen the tender, intimate connections that continue to flourish behind the doors of nursing homes. Love, desire, and connection do not fade with age. They simply evolve, becoming more nuanced, more meaningful. Forgiving a betrayal, she adds, is like swallowing poison and hoping the other person feels the pain. In the end, it only harms you more. True forgiveness is an act of self-preservation, a release that allows you to reclaim your peace, your strength. Old age, she says, is not for the faint of heart. It's for warriors, those who have survived the chaos of youth, the heartbreaks, the missteps, and the wild mistakes. It's for those who have weathered life's storms and emerged with a deeper understanding of what truly matters. Some women, she confides, want a man who listens deeply, while others are drawn to one who spends freely. The real secret is knowing when to do each, to balance the needs of the heart with the realities of life. Relationships in old age can sometimes feel like an old job. You might stay out of comfort or convenience, not because it's still fulfilling. But the greatest gift of growing older, she says, is realizing you no longer have to impress anyone. You no longer need to perform or please. If someone doesn't like who you've become, that's their burden, not yours. You've earned the right to live authentically, unapologetically. When it comes to betrayal, she observes, men tend to obsess over the who, while women fixate on the why. But in truth, both suffer, both lose sleep, and neither escapes unscathed. Betrayal leaves scars, but those scars are not signs of weakness. They are badges of survival. They tell the stories of those who have faced heartbreak and found the strength to rebuild. They say old age brings forgetfulness, but perhaps it's a blessing to forget those who never deserved to be remembered in the first place. It's a release from the weight of carrying someone else's mistakes, a gift that allows you to make space for the people and experiences that truly matter. She laughs at the idea of older men chasing younger women, not for love, but for a fleeting taste of a youth long gone. It's not love they're seeking, but the illusion of time, a desperate attempt to grasp at something that has already slipped through their fingers. Relationships, she muses, are like cooking. Sometimes, you follow the recipe carefully, step by step, and other times, you throw in whatever's left in the fridge and hope for the best. There is no perfect formula, no guaranteed outcome. But there is beauty in the unpredictability, in the messiness of it all. And sex after 70. She grins. It's like trying to dance to electronic music at a tango party. Unexpected, a little out of sync, but somehow wonderfully enjoyable. It's not about keeping pace with what society expects, but about finding joy in what feels right for you. And when it comes to betrayal, it is the ultimate test of the heart's resilience. Some hearts crumble under its weight, but those who endure, those who rise from its ashes, wear their scars with pride. Those scars are not marks of defeat. They are proof of survival, stories etched into the soul that say, I was broken, but I rebuilt myself. Old age, she reminds us, is not an ending but a continuation, a time to reflect, to heal, and to live fully, without fear, without apology. It is the season in which we truly come to understand the depth of love, the strength of forgiveness, and the power of resilience. So, tend to your garden with care, replant the seeds when needed, and never be afraid to bloom, no matter how many seasons have passed. Old age finally grants us the luxury of time, the one thing we once thought was endless in our youth. Now, it's a chance to revisit those dreams we once held dear, if only we can still remember what they were. For many mature women, the fear of solitude has long since vanished, replaced by a quiet preference for their own company over that of men who fail to recognize their worth. It's in this stage of life that relationships transform. A good relationship in old age feels like rereading a beloved book. You already know how the story ends, but the joy lies in the familiar journey, in the comfort of shared memories, in the warmth of knowing someone so well. Old lovers understand something deeper about intimacy. It's no longer tied to the fleeting vigor of youth or the appearance of the body. True intimacy at this age transcends the physical. It's a connection of the soul, a profound understanding that grows richer with each passing year. If betrayal were truly lethal, she quips, there would be far more funerals than bitter divorces. Betrayal, after all, doesn't kill love outright. It tests its limits, reveals its vulnerabilities, and challenges us to rebuild or let go. As we age, we learn that not every opinion must be voiced, nor every piece of advice heeded. Some men grow older with grace, becoming kinder, wiser, softer in their edges. Others grow more cynical, becoming the grumpy old men no one can stand to be around. In long-term relationships, the real battle isn't about keeping the flames of passion burning. It's about ensuring that the daily routines don't snuff out the remaining sparks. The mundane can be the greatest enemy of love, slowly suffocating it if we're not careful. When we're young, we waste so much energy worrying about what others think of us, only to discover in our later years that most people were far too caught up in their own lives to pay much attention to ours. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. In the twilight of life, a man's worth is not defined by how his story began, but by the grace and dignity with which he approaches its closing chapters. Old age isn't a burden, nor should it be something we fear. It's a badge of honor, earned through years of facing the storms, weathering the heartaches, and finding the courage to continue. It takes a different kind of bravery to grow old, to stand in front of the world with skin that tells your life story and a heart that beats with just as much passion as it did in youth. For men, this chapter brings a new kind of revelation. That silence, in its quiet power, can often be more seductive than words. In learning to listen deeply, they discover how relationships can bloom in ways they never expected. The pain of betrayal cuts deeply, far deeper than most would care to admit. It doesn't just break the heart, it pierces the soul, shaking the very foundations of trust. But within that wound lies the potential for healing. Betrayal, though agonizing, offers a chance for reflection, for forgiveness, and for growth. The key to mending even the deepest scars is time, an unflinching willingness to face the pain, and the understanding that forgiving isn't about absolving the other person, it's about freeing yourself. Sex in old age sheds the need to prove anything to anyone. It becomes a celebration of what remains, of the fire that still burns, however quietly, within. It's about the connection, the joy of touch, the intimacy that transcends the physical and touches the spirit. It's a reminder that love and desire don't fade with age. They evolve, becoming richer and more profound. Respect in a relationship, like fertile soil, is what allows love to take root and grow. Without respect, love withers, but in its presence, love flourishes, even in the face of time's inevitable changes. As the years pass, you come to understand life's greatest secret. It's not in counting the days or dreading their passage, but in cherishing the moments that carve lasting imprints on your soul. The ordinary becomes extraordinary when viewed through the lens of time's passing, and the small moments, the ones filled with kindness, connection, and quiet joy, are the ones that truly matter. Old age, then, is not the end of the journey, but the place where the most profound beauty is found. It's where you finally understand that life is about savoring every breath, every touch, and every heartbeat, knowing that each one is a gift. To truly see a woman for who she is, beyond the surface, is to recognize a treasure whose worth cannot be measured. When you value her essence, you hold more than just a companion. You hold a source of immeasurable strength, wisdom, and beauty. Relationships, like diamonds, are shaped and polished over time, both partners working together to smooth the rough edges, growing, evolving, and transforming. Betrayal teaches a painful but invaluable lesson: the difference between a mistake and a pattern. Mistakes are inevitable, but patterns are choices, repeated actions that reveal a person's true intentions. As men grow older, they come to realize that a woman's beauty doesn't fade with time. Instead, it deepens, taking on new, more profound forms that reflect her experiences, resilience, and grace. The true measure of a relationship's success isn't in how many years it spans, but in how both people continue to grow, adapt, and face the world together, strengthened by love and mutual respect. Old age reveals life's most enduring truth. Time is the ultimate revealer of character, the great equalizer that strips away pretenses and exposes what truly matters. In the aftermath of betrayal, the deepest wound isn't the act itself, it's the breaking of trust, that fragile foundation on which all relationships are built. Trust, once shattered, takes incredible strength and patience to rebuild, and in many cases, it never fully returns. Yet, wisdom, the kind that only comes with years, teaches us that love is as much about learning to let go as it is about holding on. Letting go of pain, resentment, or expectations frees us to experience love in its most authentic form. Sex in old age is a celebration of life fully lived. It's not something to fear or shy away from, but an intimate expression of a heart that has known love, a body that still remembers the joy of connection, and a soul that has embraced the beauty of vulnerability. Age doesn't diminish the need for touch, for closeness. It enhances it, adding layers of meaning that young lovers can only dream of. It becomes a dance not of youthful desire, but of deep, abiding affection, of shared memories and mutual respect. To the men who worry about physical measurements or superficial standards, let this truth resonate. A man's worth in bed, or in any relationship, isn't defined by a number or a fleeting ideal. It's defined by his capacity to connect, to truly understand his partner, and to nurture an intimate bond that goes beyond the physical. True satisfaction comes not from superficial traits, but from the depth of connection, the ability to listen, to satisfy both emotionally and physically, and to be present in the moment with your partner. The essence of true intimacy lies in the soul, in the way you make someone feel, in the understanding and care you bring to the relationship. Reflecting on the complexities, triumphs, and trials that come with aging, love, and betrayal, may these words serve as inspiration to embrace every phase of life with courage, authenticity, and respect. Each season of life brings its own unique burdens and blessings, but the key to true happiness is found in living each moment fully, cherishing the connections we nurture, and navigating life's unpredictable maze with love, grace, and wisdom. In the end, it's not the years that define us, but how we choose to live them, how we show up for ourselves and for the ones we love. As we come to the end of this emotional and thought-provoking journey, we hope you've taken away something meaningful from the incredible reflections shared today. What have you learned so far? We'd love to hear from you. Comment below on one lesson or piece of wisdom that you plan to bring into practice in your own life. If you liked this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means everything to us, and we can't wait to continue exploring life's deepest truths with you.